All right. Hello and welcome to day 6 for Office 365 administration class for end users. And today we are going to learn how can we basically install and configure Virtualbox and then install Windows 10 so that we can use that Windows 10 as a end user machine or the employee computer and basically connect it, configure it with Outlook and any other services that we have within Office 365. All right, so let's get started. So very first thing, how do we install VirtualBox? How do we do that? In order to install VirtualBox, what you can do is you can basically go into google.com and in there you can basically type VirtualBox, or you can simply say google.com, and in here if you say Oracle VirtualBox, Oracle VirtualBox download, this will bring you the website for VirtualBox. All right, so once you click on that, this is the website for VirtualBox. So VirtualBox, if you ask me, what is VirtualBox? VirtualBox is a virtualization application which allows you to install Windows operating system within on the top of your physical machine, right? So you have a laptop. Your laptop is a physical machine. You have a desktop. Your desktop is a physical machine. What you want to do is you want to install multiple operating system, multiple Windows operating system. So in order to do that, we can use the virtualization technology, and one of the applications is VirtualBox. It is free. You don't have to pay any money for it. That is the beauty. So you can simply use that. In order to basically do what? In order to download VirtualBox, this is Windows operating system. My computer is Windows 10, so I can use Windows. But if you have Mac operating system, you can install for Mac operating system too. But in here, I am going to click on Windows host and then click on save file. Once you do that, this will basically download, and now you can click on open file. Once you click on open file, click on run. So once you click, this will bring up this, and click on next, click on next, and click on yes, and click on install. That's pretty much it. It's very easy installation process. You don't have to do a lot of settings while you're installing. Once you install it, then we will see how can we basically install Windows 10 operating system on it, and then we will configure it for our Office 365 tenant. All right. Any question? All right. Installation complete. Click on finish to start, and once it is started, it will be good to go. It is asking me to restart your system. I'm not gonna do that right now because I am basically recording. We will lose our recording, right? So so this is Oracle VirtualBox Manager. This is how it looks like. In order to do the installation, what you can do is you can click on, in order to install a new virtual machine, you can click on new, and then in here you can name it. So what are we doing is we are doing Windows 10 machine installation. This is going to be the location where it will install the virtual machine, and then we are installing Microsoft Windows 10 64-bit. Click on next. Okay, how much RAM do you want to assign? If you have a computer that have only 2 GB of RAM, that will be a little bit difficult to configure. So if you have 4 GB, that's good. You have 8, that's better. If you have 16, 32, 64, that's even better. So in here, I will say 1024. So I am assigning 1 GB to this machine so that it's faster, you know. If I assign less, it will have problems in future. So if you have a computer that has only 2 GB RAM, um, it will be a little bit hard, but you can still try 1024, which is 1 GB RAM. All right, so now we have to create a virtual hard disk. So virtual hard disk is where we will be installing this operating system. Click on create. We are going to use VDI, which is Virtualbox disk image. Click on next. I will choose dynamically allocated because it will save me space, and it will only use the space that is being used on the physical hard drive. So dynamically allocated is better because it will use the only used space in the physical. Fixed is not gonna save you any space. It will basically assign it that 50 GB and you will lose space on your physical hard drive. Okay, I will assign 50 GB, but if your hard drive on your computer is less, like 100 GB, what you can do is you can assign it maybe 20 GB. Yeah, 20 GB you can do, and it will do it. So I have a space, that's why I'm doing 50, but you can try 10 or 20 is better because we will be installing Office programs. So 20 minimum I recommend. Alright, so virtual machine is now created. The second thing I will do is basically I will go ahead and I will go ahead and click on settings, and in here we will basically attach a CD. So now we have to attach the CD so that it can do what? It can boot from there. So in here you see I have empty, right? Right now there is nothing on the CD-ROM. Click on here on this section and then you can click on choose. I already have Windows 10 ISO here. But if you don't have, you can click on add and choose your ISO file and you will be good to go. If you don't have Windows 10 ISO, you can go into Google, search for it, and then download it from Microsoft site. Once you download it, then you can attach it here. Alright, so I am going to make it live CD. Click on OK, and now click on Start. Alright, so it's booting now from the CD. So if you want to download Windows 10, you can simply say Windows 10 download. And once you are there, you see this is from Microsoft site. And once you go there, you have to download this tool, Create Windows 10 Installation Media. You download this tool, and then from this tool, you can download Windows 10. So you click on download. You click on save file, and once you save the file, run it. You have to run the file. Once you run the file, then you will have the option to download the ISO for Windows 10, just in case if you don't have it. So this is the tool that is must or needed if you are trying to do what? If you want to download Windows. Alright, so click on accept, and then once you do that, I'm not gonna go completely over this because I don't have to download it. I have already downloaded this. So I'm just gonna quickly show you how it's done, just in case if you have not done it and you can do it. Alright, while that is doing its thing, let's not waste time. So this is Windows 10, English, and US. Click on next, click on install now. This is going to start the installation for Windows 10 on the VirtualBox. Alright, so in here you will click on create installation media, click on next. Okay, what version? 64, 32, Windows 10, next. And then in this section you will click here ISO file and then click on next. It will then start downloading. Now it's asking where do you want to save it. Click on save and then it will start the download. Alright, so that's how you do it. That's how you download Windows 10. Okay, so now it's asking me to put the product key. I don't have it. We will add it later. Click on skip. Okay, which version? This is very important, okay? We will always go with Pro. If you go with Home version, you will not be able to use the Office 365 tenant. So always go with Pro or higher. Pro version is professional version. Home version is for home users only. Click on next. So businesses, they don't have home version. If they have, they should not have. So click on next. Just saying. Okay, so click on custom and you can see this is my 50 GB virtual hard drive. Click on next. Now the installation will start. Alright, so now it's gonna basically restart after the installation. Alright. Resume. Alright, so in here we will basically click on use express settings. Again, it always depends on the company how they want to configure it, but we will go with the default ones. So this is the initial configuration when you install Windows 10. Once we pass that, then we will see how can we connect an operating system with Office 365. Alright, so this is the important thing. Who owns this PC? So in here we do have an option where we say my work or school owns it. So if you are setting it up for a work computer and you have Office 365 tenant in place, you can click on my work. So click on my work, click on next, and in here we will do what? We will go and put I own this computer means that it's a personal computer. It's a local computer. It does not have anything to do with Office 365. I want a local user account on this computer that can be only used by me. It is not connected with Office 365. It is not connected with Microsoft. It is not connected with anything else. But when you say it is my work computer, today with Microsoft technologies that we have in place, when you say it is work computer, you have the option to join it to local Active Directory domain or join it to Azure Active Directory. And Azure Active Directory is basically the cloud. So that's what it means. When you say I own it, it's a personal computer. It's a computer that I don't want to join to domain. I don't want to connect it to anything. I just want to keep it local. I want to keep it offline. That's it. My account is offline. I want to keep it offline. That's what it means when you say I own this computer. But in here, you can join it to Azure Active Directory, or if you have local Active Directory, you can join it to that. So in our case, what we have is we have only Office 365 tenant. We don't have Active Directory domain. I don't have any local Active Directory. we are totally cloud. We have everything in cloud. So what we will do is we will click on Join Azure Active Directory and click on Next. Once you click on Next, alright, so now I have to type the worker school account. So in here, I'm going to type skawa at ktrains 88 dot on microsoft.com. This is my employee name, and this was my Office 365. So whatever you have on your Office 365 tenant, you will type that one. Okay, so type that account. All right, let's wait because it's trying to connect now with Office 365 tenant at the moment. Okay, there was issue looking up account. So let me double check. skawa at ktrains88.onmicrosoft.com. Okay, this is correct. Why is it not doing it? Let me try again. Okay, this time found it, right? SO4. Next, you type the password for that account and it is now going to start setting it up. So what we did today is we installed Windows 10 and then we basically set it up with worker school account. Okay, what is worker school account? Worker school account is the account that you have in Office 365 and it is a business account, work account, right? So now I have to sign in again. skawa at ktrains 88.onmicrosoft.com. Oops, I forgot to type the password. Okay, there you go. See, it detected the display name, Syed Kawa, meaning it's gonna work. One of the important homeworks for tonight is you have to find out what is the difference between local or on-prem Active Directory versus Azure Active Directory. This is your homework. Once you do it, just if you are watching the video on YouTube, you can type it on comment section or you can send it to me if you are live on this class. Alright, so you can see, use Windows Hello with your account. Your organization requires you set up schoolwork account with Windows Hello, fingerprint, or PIN. So this is one additional security that you can actually use. Instead of typing password, you can type PIN. And this is called Windows Hello, right? It is one thing that you can add as multi-factor authentication system. Set it up now. You click on it. My virtual machine is a little slow because maybe the RAM 1 GB is not enough. So keep your account secure. Now it's asking me to set up multi-factor authentication. So if you don't know what is multi-factor authentication, a lot of time when you type the password for your bank, right? Your bank account or your account, it sends you a message, text message with a code, numbers, and you type that numbers and say verify or next. That is called multi-factor authentication, meaning that you are using password as a first method of authentication, then you're using your phone as the second method of authentication, so that your account is more and more secure. Why? Because if I steal your password, right, and try to sign into your account, I will not be able to, because it will send a code to your mobile phone, and you will have to give me that code so that I can sign in. So this is what it is happening here. It is asking us that you have to use different methods to do what? To um, apply that. You must make your computer more secure. And you see, it is giving us a lot of security policies and those and that. So if you want to apply these policies, say enforce these policies, but the recommendation or best practice is that you configure it first on your Office 365 tenant and let it apply. So I will cancel it for now because we want to configure it through a central system first and then do it. Alright, so let me click on next here. Your organization requires you to set up following method. Okay, so I don't see anything. Something is wrong here. Let me click here. What method do you want to use? I want to use phone authentication. Click on confirm. Now I have to type my phone number. Alright, so after typing my phone number, now I received a text message on my phone. 855 725. Click on next. There you go. There's a check mark. I don't know why it's showing white. Done. Okay, now it's doing its thing. Okay, now it's saying create a new pin. So this is Windows Hello. So instead of typing the password, right? Instead of typing the ABC characters, you can set up a password here with numbers. Numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we will set up all these things. But again, the good practice is to configure all your policies on your tenant before you do these things. So that it will apply those policies and you don't have to worry about any policies coming up by default which you don't want, maybe. Alright, there you go. So Windows 10 is ready. Now if I click on Start menu, I click on here, you see Said Kawa is logged in. And if I click on Settings to verify, just to check, okay? Settings, you click on Account, and you click on Work Access. In here, we will see something. Let me make sure it's okay. It's a little bit slow, not little bit, but really slow. I will have to make my RAM 2 GB so that it's gonna work well. Okay, there you go. So here, your account, you can see that skawa@ktrains88microsoft.com. You see, that's how I am logged in. That's how I am logged in here. Alright, so if I click on join or leave Azure AD account, you can see that right now I am joined to K-Trains. I am joined to what? K-Trains. That is my organization name, company name. So that's how you basically set up a computer for the first time, and that's how you join it to the Azure AD after installing. All right, after installing, that's how you do it. So that is it for today. Your homework is to find out what is the difference between local AD or local Active Directory versus Azure Active Directory. And in our next class, we will basically configure different applications like Outlook, and we will see what other options do we have um, in this client machine.